Your Honor, it is over now. This has never been a case of trying to get free. I didn't ever want freedom.
Well, I've been surviving mostly on McDonald's food.
Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer, a name that would later become synonymous with horror and infamy. Born in Milwaukee, 1960, Jeffrey's early years were marked by the typical scenes of mid-century American life, an ordinary boy from an outwardly ordinary family. The Dahmers appeared to be the quintessential suburban family, living in a quiet neighborhood, with a white picket fence and all the trappings of the American dream. But behind the facade, darkness festered. The seemingly perfect exterior hid a tumultuous and troubled home life. His parents' marriage was volatile, marked by constant arguments and resentment. The tension in the household was palpable, creating an environment of instability and emotional turmoil. Young Jeffrey withdrew into himself, seeking solace in solitude. He became increasingly isolated, finding it difficult to connect with others. He developed a morbid fascination with death, collecting animal carcasses and dissecting them with a disturbing curiosity. This macabre hobby was a stark contrast to the innocence of childhood. The line between curiosity and cruelty blurred. What began as a scientific interest in biology and anatomy soon took on a darker, more sinister tone. The seeds of something monstrous were sown. The isolation, the fascination with death, and the lack of emotional support created a perfect storm, setting the stage for the horrors that would later unfold. As he grew older, Jeffrey's behavior became increasingly erratic. He struggled to fit in at school, often being the target of bullying and ridicule. The story of Jeffrey Dahmer is a chilling reminder of how the seeds of darkness can grow in the most unexpected places, and how the facade of normalcy can hide the most disturbing secrets. The boy behind the monster was not born evil, but the circumstances of his life led him down a path of unimaginable horror. 1978, Jeffrey Dahmer, 18 years old, living alone after his parents' divorce. One fateful night he picked up a hitchhiker, Stephen Hicks. Dahmer invited Hicks back to his house for drinks. The night took a sinister turn. Dahmer, fueled by alcohol and his own dark urges, struck. He bludgeoned Hicks to death, the first life he would take in a horrifying string of murders. Years passed. Dahmer's urges grew stronger, more perverse. He began frequenting gay bars, preying on vulnerable young men. He lured them back to his apartment, promising drinks and companionship. Instead, they found only horror. Dahmer's methods became increasingly depraved. He experimented with his victims, driven by a twisted desire to control and possess. His apartment became a tomb, a testament to his unspeakable crimes. 1991. It was a day that would forever be etched into the annals of criminal history. The events that unfolded on this fateful day would reveal the depths of human depravity and the horrors that can lurk behind closed doors. A routine police call led officers to apartment 213, the lair of Jeffrey Dahmer.
I'm on 25th State, and it's a young man. He is butt naked. He is just he's very bruised up. He can't stand. He's 30 fall out. He is butt naked. He has no clothes on. He was really
The officers had no idea that they were about to uncover a scene of unimaginable horror. The stench hit them first, a putrid odor that spoke of decay and death. It was a smell that would haunt their memories for years to come. Polaroid photos of dismembered bodies scattered on surfaces. These images, taken by Dahmer himself, documented his heinous acts in chilling detail. Each photograph was a testament to the unimaginable cruelty that had taken place within these walls. A human head in the refrigerator. The officers made a gruesome discovery: the remains of 11 victims, scattered throughout the apartment. Each body part told a story of suffering and death, a grim reminder of the lives that had been brutally cut short by Dahmer's insatiable appetite for murder. Jeffrey Dahmer, the unassuming man in the handcuffs, was a monster, unmasked. His calm demeanor belied the horrors he had inflicted upon his victims. As he was led away by the police, the world began to grapple with the true extent of his crimes. The apartment of horrors would forever remain a symbol of the darkest aspects of human nature, a place where evil had thrived unchecked until justice finally intervened. The courtroom is a place where the scales of justice are balanced, where truth is sought, and where the fate of individuals is decided. It is a stage where the drama of human life unfolds, often with high stakes and intense emotions. The trial of Jeffrey Dahmer captivated the nation. People from all walks of life were glued to their screens, eager to see how justice would be served. The media coverage was relentless, with every detail of the trial being broadcasted to a horrified and fascinated public. The world watched in horror as the details of his crimes were revealed. Dahmer's actions were beyond comprehension, a descent into a darkness that few could fathom. The true crime genre found a new, chilling chapter in his story, and the public's reaction was a mix of fear, disgust, and morbid curiosity. Dahmer's demeanor remained chillingly calm. As the gruesome details of his crimes were laid bare, he sat there almost detached, as if he were a mere spectator to his own life. This calmness only added to the horror, making people question the nature of evil and the human capacity for such acts. He pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, but the jury saw through his facade. 16 consecutive life sentences. The courtroom erupted in a mix of relief and sorrow. For the families of the victims, it was a moment of justice, but also a reminder of the lives lost and the pain endured. Justice, it seemed, had been served. The gavel came down, and with it, a sense of closure for some. But for others, questions remained. What drives a person to such depths of depravity? Is justice truly served when the perpetrator is behind bars, or does the shadow of their actions linger on? But a question lingered. What drove a man to such depths of depravity? Was it a twisted mind, a broken soul, or something else entirely? The courtroom may have delivered its verdict, but the search for answers continues. In the end, justice in the courtroom is just one part of a larger, more complex story.